History Month continues, and one man helping to educate the next generation is rapper and motivational speaker Gibson.
And he tells us about his cross-Canada tour, inspiring kids coast to coast.
I find that when I talk about Black history for young kids nowadays, it's really hard for them to understand and to even imagine that there was a world with that much racism. When I talk about segregation, and I show them a water fountain and how if you were Black, you had to use a separate water fountain. It's like, it blows people's minds as a young kid. And things like Rosa Parks sitting down on a bus, Viola Desmond in a movie theater. It's hard for kids to understand that that's what the world was like. But I think we can't forget about that, because otherwise you repeat the mistakes of the past.
See, Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. Now, what was his dream? That you wouldn't be judged by the color of your skin.
And that's just a sampling of history's greatest lessons that Dio is on a mission to teach. Starting Black Canadian 365 to teach young kids about Canadian history, this year's theme, Songs of Freedom, inspired by his own EP.
I'm really excited about it because it's inspired by stories in Black history. One in particular, Bob Marley, one of his iconic songs, it's Redemption Song. And it's cool that there's a Canadian connection, that he got the line, emancipate yourself from mental slavery, from a speech that civil rights leader Marcus Garvey did when he was in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. So we did a remake of Bob Marley's Redemption Song.
They traveled across the Atlantic, ships so crowded like the metal passes. Can only imagine how their mind was blown when they finally reached Sierra Leone.
For the multi-talented Gibson, engaging kids on Black history is a multifaceted approach that extends far beyond a single month and far beyond himself.
I love talking about Black history, not just in February, but 365. But what I also love is telling new stories each year, because I think it's important not to just talk about Viola Desmond, who a lot of people are familiar with, but I want to tell them other stories of Black Canadian history, whether it's letting kids know that The Rock is part Canadian, or one of the things I'm really happy with now is that Maestro Fresh West is going into Canada's Music Hall of Fame. So I'm talking about Maestro as a legendary rapper from Canada, but also how he's being honored right now. And he's definitely not a one-hit wonder.